So I've got a lovely assistant here. Would you do me a favor?
Sure.
Would you go ahead and cut the cards wherever you like? Great, just like that, and we'll just take this packet here and we'll mark the place where you cut. We're going to try a little experiment with magnetism. You know the Earth has a magnetic field, obviously. We're going to try to tap into that field ourselves, and you're going to help me out with this, okay? Does that sound cool?
Sounds good.
All right, let's try this. Here, do me a favor. Take 2 cards right from the place you cut. Good, I won't look. Do me a favor, take a look at them really quickly and then go show them to the camera and I won't look. Good? And what I want you to do is slide them anywhere into the deck that you like. Right there? Believe it or not, just by touching them, you've actually magnetized those cards a little bit. But you don't have to take my word for it, because with just a little bit of magnetism and a little bit of magic, I can take those cards right back out. All right, so that's the 6-9 trick. I'm going to show you guys how that works right now. Would you like to see? Sure. All right, this is really cool. Believe it or not, these weren't the cards you had. And this is a trick you can do entirely with an unprepared deck of cards. You have to set the deck up a little bit, but it's a totally normal deck. You can do this with a regular 52 deck. The cards you pulled were actually not the 6 of clubs and the 9 of spades, but the 6 of spades and the 9 of clubs. Now you're probably wondering how I got you to choose those cards. Well, that's something we magicians call a force. Now here's how this force works. It's called the crisscross force. Before I show that though, I'm going to show you the secret setup. You want to begin the trick with a 6 of spades, right? Doesn't matter, but generally a 6 of spades right there on the bottom. A 6 and a 9 look pretty much alike. The brain has a hard time separating them, which is why we use a 6 and a 9 for this effect. So we put the 6 of spades right on the bottom, then we put the 9 of clubs right on top. Above that we put the 6 of clubs, and then on top of that we put the 9 of spades. Now what's going to happen is we're going to force her those 2 top cards, the 2 top cards being the 9 of clubs, or the 6 of clubs, pardon me, and the 9 of spades. We're going to force her those cards. Here's how we're going to force her those cards. When you cut the deck, right, you had the choice to cut the deck wherever you want. I had you mark it, right, with the bottom half. Then I took your attention away from the deck by talking about magnetism, by discussing the trick with you, right? When we come back to the deck, I asked you to take 2 cards from the place you marked. In actuality, because we don't always remember quite what we did, a few minutes ago, most people, in fact this is a pretty effective force, will forget that this was actually the top of the deck. She cut the deck here. But because we used this as the marker and the crisscross formation, I asked her to take 2 cards from the place she marked, and sure enough, she took, go ahead, the 9 of spades and the 6 of clubs. Now, then I just put what was the top half right back on top, and we're good to go. She can slide those 2 cards anywhere she wants, and all I have to do, because remember we've got the 9 preset on top and the 6 preset on the bottom, all I have to do is squeeze a little bit on the top and the bottom card, and just the momentum of quickly swinging my arm to the side will actually throw the deck and leave me with just those 2 cards. I'll show you real quick how it's done. It's really simple. It's just that motion, right? And you can do it even a little bit faster. You can make it a quick, just like that. And that's how you do the 6-9 trick.